So, you live in Parsippany, New Jersey, and you've got a dog. You want to be able to enjoy everything the town has to offer with your best friend, right? Well, that's where good training comes in. This guide is all about helping you find the right local trainers so you and your dog can really live your best life together here. You know what it's like. One minute, you're having a great time walking around a beautiful spot like Lake Parsippany. The next, you're trying to navigate a busy sidewalk along Route 46. The whole point of good training is making sure both of you can handle all of it calmly and with confidence. We've broken this down into 5 straightforward parts. We'll talk about why training specifically for Parsippany matters, what your different options are, how to pick a great professional, what to expect with costs and local rules, and then, the fun part, where to put it all into practice. Okay, so let's start with the big question. Why is training for life in Parsippany so important? A well-trained dog just makes life so much easier, especially in a busy suburban town. Think about it. Your dog walking nicely on a leash near the Morris County Mall, no pulling. Greeting your neighbors without jumping all over them, and actually being able to stay focused, even with all the distractions of a community event. That's the goal. So now that we're on the same page about why you need it, let's get into the different kinds of training that are out there. First off, the most important thing to look for is a trainer who uses positive reinforcement. It's a modern, science-based approach that's all about rewarding the behavior you want to see. It works, it's humane, and honestly, it's the best way to build a really strong, trusting bond with your dog. You're generally going to find 2 main formats. Group classes are awesome for learning around other dogs in a controlled way, which is great for socialization. On the other hand, private sessions give you that one-on-one attention, and they're perfect for tackling problems that only happen at home, like, say, barking at the mailman or jumping on the kitchen counters. And then there's a third option, board and train. This is way more intensive. Your dog actually goes to live with the trainer for a while. It can be a fantastic solution if you have a really packed schedule, but you absolutely want to make sure any place you're considering follows all of New Jersey's kennel regulations. Knowing your options is a great start. But now, how do you actually sort through the choices and pick the best trainer for you and your dog? Let's talk about how to do that. You know, one of the best clues to a trainer's quality is their certification. It's not actually required by law in New Jersey, but having credentials shows they're serious about their education and committed to using ethical, effective methods. It's a really good sign you're dealing with a true professional. For example, if you see something like CPDTK, that's a big deal. It means that trainer passed a really tough exam, covering everything from dog behavior to training techniques. Seeing a certification like that should definitely give you some peace of mind. Okay, before you hire anyone, you have to interview them. Think of this as your cheat sheet. You want to ask about their philosophy. The magic words you're listening for are positive reinforcement. Ask about their certifications. A good trainer will be able to clearly explain how they'll create a plan just for you, how they'll track progress, and of course, be totally upfront about all their fees. All right, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. What can you expect to pay for training, and what are the specific rules for dog owners right here in Parsippany? Here's a general look at the costs in our area. As you can see, group classes are usually the most affordable option. More intensive programs, like a board and train, are a much bigger investment. That price difference really comes down to the amount of personal attention and how immersive the program is. Now, if there is one number you take away from all of this, let it be this one: 6 feet. That is the maximum length your leash can be in any public area in Parsippany. The only exception is if you're in a designated off-leash dog park. It's such a simple rule, but it's so important for safety. Beyond that leash law, there are just a few other key things to keep on your radar. Every dog needs to be licensed with the town each year, and to get that, you'll need to show proof of a rabies vaccine. Also, good to know that excessive barking can actually be a nuisance violation, which, hey, is another great reason to work with a trainer. So, you've picked your trainer, and the work has begun. Now for the fun part. Where can you go around town to practice and really lock in those new skills? Well, the Parsippany Dog Park is your #1 spot for any off-leash work. It's fenced in, so it's a safe and legal place to work on that all-important come-when-called command. And of course, it's a fantastic place to practice polite greetings with other dogs. For on-leash practice, you can't beat Torney County Park. The trails there are filled with natural distractions. New smells, new sights, new sounds, which makes it the perfect classroom for practicing loose leash walking and keeping your dog's focus on you. And if you want to practice around people, definitely head over to Lake Parsippany Park. It's always busy with joggers, families, and other people out for a stroll. This is the ideal real-world setting to teach your dog how to be calm and polite in a crowd.
In the end, it really all comes down to this. When you pick the right trainer, you're laying the groundwork for a much better, happier relationship with your dog. It makes life less stressful for both of you.
So there you have it. You have the checklist, you know the local spots, and you understand the options. The only question left is, what's your first move going to be? We wish you the best of luck on your training journey. Having a well-trained dog just opens up your world here in Parsippany. It makes every walk, every visit with family, and every quiet evening at home so much more enjoyable.